You know him as Joaquin Wilde, a high-energy member of the LWO, flying across your screen every Friday night. But most fans don't realize that this isn't some breakout rookie.
Oh, he's a jolly good rookie, but he's a jolly good rookie.
Wilde's journey spans almost 2 decades. And before the name change, before the suit, and before the group, he was DJZ. One of the most influential X Division stars TNA has ever seen. So let's rewind the tape and ask, just how good was DJZ actually? In 2002, a 15-year-old Michael Paris didn't just want to be part of the wrestling business, he was already contributing. He won a contest to design the original Ring of Honor logo, and a year later, he was training to wrestle. By age 19, he debuted as Shima Zion, calling himself the first Filipino male model of wrestling. Can't argue with that.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
He wasn't even old enough to wrestle in Pennsylvania yet, but he was already outworking guys twice his age. And it wasn't just moves, he had quite the loud look. It was a glam rock twist on lucha libre with bright tights, spiked hair, and don't forget the hairspray. Of course, he would feel the need to use this during matches. And that mix of style and skill got him noticed by just the age of 19. In fact, DDT took notice in Japan, and a teenage outsider was making noise in the land of Japanese wrestling. Not many can say that. In 2011, he had hit national TV. TNA had brought him in as Zima Ion, slight name change, and he stood out immediately as a cocky, flashy high flyer in an X Division tournament. He would come up short in the tournament with Austin Aries winning, but he got signed anyway, due to the incredible performance. The fans saw it, and the office saw it. The kid had it. Within a year, he captured the X Division Championship, but the road there did have a dark turn. During a match in 2012, his opponent Jesse Sorensen suffered a legitimate, career-threatening injury. While not being DJZ's fault, that incident weighed on him. Yet he kept showing up and kept going harder than ever, wrestling Austin Aries and Kenny King and even Rob Van Dam. He had a solid spot in the mid-card as a frequently used heel on television. In 2013, TNA had shifted him into something a little different. He joined the Bromans. And if you haven't seen the Bromans, you are missing out. Zima Ion would become their personal DJ, hence the name DJZ. Yes, it was campy. Yes, it was loud. Yes, it was amazing. And part of that is because DJZ made it work. He altered his vibe and his look to lean more into the party persona, and there was not a second where this guy was phoning it in. And he wasn't just background noise. In fact, there was plenty of noise coming from his air horn at ringside. DJZ would help the Bromans win tag gold and become the first to unsuccessfully cash in the X Division Feast or Fired briefcase. But in handicap matches, DJZ was always ready to be a helping hand. After the Bromans imploded in 2015, DJZ was back to being a solo act, and he kept his DJ persona just under a more likable lens. He was mainly on the losing end of things in 2015, but by 2016, he captured the X Division Championship again, this time as a vet. The matches during this stretch were the best of his career, often placed in neglected multi-man matches that he made the best of. He was getting better every day, but then a setback that nobody could have seen coming. In 2017, DJZ suffered a ruptured colon during a match in Mexico. It was life-threatening. Emergency surgery and months of recovery. His career could have and probably should have ended right there. But DJZ was not built to quit. Not only did he recover, but he came back as good as ever. He returned to Impact in 2018 and captured the World Tag Team titles with Andrew Everett. DJZ went from nearly dying to holding gold again in 1 year. That's some resilience. And in 2019, WWE was making the call. They signed him and rebranded him as Joaquin Wilde. No more EDM or glow sticks, but he certainly had some swagger. He debuted in the NXT Breakout Tournament and quickly aligned with Santos Escobar and Raul Mendoza to form Legado del Fantasma. Eventually, he made it to SmackDown, repping the LWO on a pretty frequent basis. From designing the Ring of Honor logo as a teenager to wrestling under Rey Mysterio's banner, that's a full circle moment. Let's be real, DJZ was never just good, he was exceptional. He had the in-ring work, the creativity, the look, and obviously the resilience to last nearly 2 decades in a ruthless business. He survived gimmicks that some guys couldn't dream of getting over, carried mid-cards, and innovated before all this stuff was so cool. And every time someone doubted him, he leveled up. Before Joaquin Wilde was lighting up WWE screens every week, he was DJZ, a TNA workhorse, a tag champ, an X Division anchor, and a comeback king. And if you like this, let us know some other unsung heroes and legends that deserve some more love. Hit the like and drop your favorite DJZ match in the comments, and let us know who we should spotlight next.